Can you lose the MVP award? Is it a bad idea to lose when the MVP of your team has the ball in his hands with a chance to win the game? And I suppose there has to be an MVP of the NFC South. It's Martin in Monaco. Alex, the story around the NFL this week. Tyler Shuck. Who knew? Apparently the New Orleans Saints. Tyler Shuck. But honestly, he's been playing very well. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But you got to help me understand something here, because you're the betting master, the betting magnate, the Moneyline Monaco. Find them on all your Apple podcasts. I'm so perplexed, I forgot to ask you how you're doing today, because this is driving me insane. Tyler Shuck has played. He's played half the amount of games as every other rookie in the NFL has, and somehow is getting credit almost for not playing the rest of the games that every other rookie has had in terms of the odds, because how in the world is playing half the games of Cam Ward make you a better favorite for Rookie of the Year? I don't understand it.
Martin, your guess in this instance, I don't want to say it's as good as mine, but it's close. It's almost perplexing. Now, obviously, in the division, you got McMillan over there doing his thing. He's right there with your boy Tyler. I don't know if he's your boy yet. I have watched such a line movement swing, though, in this Rookie of the Year dance. I mean, September, you're talking Ibuka and Tyler Warren. At some point, Dart enters the conversation. He's 22-1 right now. The fact that the Saints rattle off a month of winning football, and yes, obviously Shuck's got the numbers in some regard, but my goodness, hard to not take a step back and go, narrative, optics, timing, amount of tickets coming in from the public, all doesn't factor into a line like this. Me personally, I look for value. I mean, call me crazy. Dart sleeps the Cowboys on a 3 or 4 touchdown no turnover day. Shuck loses to the Falcons, goes back down the ladder, any shot, something crazy happens. I mean, I don't know. Such crazy movement, though, in this whole Rookie of the Year future sport.
But I'm glad you brought that up, because what you just essentially outlined is what we saw happen in the MVP race not too long ago, just on Monday night, with Matthew Stafford throwing 3 interceptions. All of a sudden, Drake May, who did have a 5-touchdown game or 6-touchdown game, but again, they were up 35-3 at halftime, and afterwards, Aaron Glenn openly, I know what he did Monday, but Sunday openly questioned the toughness and effort level of his team. Okay, everybody got paid that game, so I'm not taking anything away from Drake May. However, the idea that he can catapult up the odds because Stafford played poorly is one that I'm not understanding, because if we looked at this today, it's like, to me, you cannot lose MVP. You cannot lose Rookie of the Year, right? These are things that you can only win because only one person wins them. And
Sure.
If the season ended today, which it doesn't, there's another week left to play, but if the season ended today and someone said that Matthew Stafford was the MVP, people would go on everywhere and say Drake May was the favorite, he should have won.
Dude, it's crazy because you're looking at, and Ian, our great producer, made this point right before we hopped on, a 42-touchdown Stafford number 1 to a 30-touchdown May, tied for third. He's got a little Drake, more of a QBR, ranked 1 at 76.5 to Stafford's. Anyways, not getting too crazy in the numbers. It's more like, I went down and looked, not more than you can count on one hand, my man, of wild card MVP quarterbacks. So at some point, wins, where you finish in the division, is clearly, if you're looking at the board here, and on FanDuel we are, Drake May, you got to lay over $350 to win 100 back right now. That's one sleep later after Stafford, I guess you call it, lays an egg on Natty TV against the Falcons. And now you're looking at a completely topsy-turvy thing. It's like Stafford's got the stats. May's on the 1 seed now, thanks to my former San Diego Chargers.
But the reason why, Matt's, okay, I'm not knocking that because historically you got to be a 1 seed or you really have a playoff bye to get the MVP, and I like that. Do not come NBA this thing up where all of a sudden a team that's 9-8 can you have the MVP. I don't like that, even if it doesn't make much sense because a team is more valuable. I don't care. I want MVPs to be on winning teams and to be on the best teams that there are. And quite honestly, I don't care if the MVP is Drake May or Matthew Stafford. I just think that it's ludicrous that we sit up and use these betting odds as a thing that, like, signifies who should be the winner. Or, like, because that person did win or did not win, the betting odds are some referendum. Because I'm old enough to remember watching every single week of Sunday football when a heavy favorite in a game will lose outright. Just recently, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost outright to the now 3-12 Cleveland Browns, right? Or 3-14, whatever, Cleveland Browns, and they were a heavy underdog. Now, that happens. Upsets happen. And I feel like we have not had a quote-unquote upset in the MVP, any of these future betting things, except for Josh Allen last year, since we really started paying attention to betting odds. It's just something that I feel like it becomes now a two-person race, and that's it. Like, the idea that it is between T-Mac and Tyler Shuck for Rookie of the Year feels invalid to me because Tyler Shuck shouldn't be eligible. First of all, he didn't play long enough. But also, to your point, Jackson Dart is right there. Like, there's a ton of guys who played the whole season or close to the whole season in Dart's case, the whole season in Cam Ward's case, who probably had comparable rookie years. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it is a wild, wild world. And the even more, like, take a step back thing and looking at the line movement side of it is Vegas is happy to take your action. Come on down, take a long shot. Come on down. I mean, how many people are already out a ticket that maybe jumped on it way too early? Could have been a Buka already on an L. I mean, sometimes it works in your favor. You want Myles Garrett, you had an inkling, you're sitting on an automatic W. But, yeah, I mean, this particular instance, both Rookie of the Year and MVP, it's wild. It's clearly telling you, though, on one night, like, we're going to make a really tough case, unfortunately, to give it to the wild card guy over the guy that, again, won a division that nobody really had them winning. It's just, I don't know. It'd be great to talk to someone on the committee because I don't know that it is one thing.
You know what I think the thing is with Shuck and the reason why he's, if not the favorite, he's top two, it's because – no, he hasn't played the whole season, but it's the sample size of what he has given us. Like, no one who has played the whole season has just definitively said, I deserve this award. If Cam Ward had been playing really well the whole season, then of course he gets it. If Jackson Dart had been playing really well the whole season, of course he gets it because no one else has claimed it. But Tyler Shuck, since he's stepped in, has won games on a team that wasn't supposed to be this good. Not that they're good, but they were supposed to be number one overall pick.
So let me get this straight. I was supposed to get an award to a guy who couldn't win the job in training camp, as opposed to the guys who were good enough to win the jobs in training camp and played the whole year.
Well, I don't think training camp should factor into the I'm not talking MVP, about. It shouldn't factor into the Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
But I think Game 1 should factor into the Offensive Rookie of the Year award, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Like, if you just play half of the year, it is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, and to me,
I just don't think that's fair because it's the coaching staff plays a role. Like, they might he's a rookie. They might have it set in stone. Okay, we're starting Spencer Rattler. They might say it's a competition. And from all reporting says that Tyler Shuck thought he was going to win that starting job in week 1, which he didn't. He was wrong. Fair enough. But the point is, like, it was a very close battle. It's not like he was blown out of the water by Spencer Rattler. He's a rookie, almost won the job. Rattler lost the job.
So again, basically you're kind of selling narrative then. You're kind of selling narrative.
It's narrative.
Well, I mean, it's crazy because just to throw it out to both of you, I just pulled it up. McMillan is not top 10 in a single category. Like, we're going to give this to a guy who's 34th in receptions, 19th in receiving yards.
I think this is the year you give it to an offensive tackle, which will never happen. It's never going to happen, but this is the year where no offensive player has been like, this is my award to lose. Like, I deserve this. But guys like Will Campbell have been great.
Not to get too sidetracked, I love that thought, but, like, speaking on just what you were kind of insinuating, Martin, on the coach of the year side, guess who just leaped into the conversation and is plus 150 to Vrabel's plus 110? Cousin narrative, Kyle Shanahan, who was getting credit but not on the futures board. It was a Liam Cohen and a Ben Johnson shouted out before Shanahan. All of a sudden, they might get the 1 seed. He's plus 150. It's wild. I mean, but you can make a lot of money. You time this market.
But that's just another indication, because I have heard Kyle, like, I've been paying less attention to the betting markets than I have than ever in my life this year, right? I've heard Kyle Shanahan as, like, you should really consider Kyle Shanahan as a sneaky coach of the year guy for like the last 4 weeks, right? And then now all of a sudden he skyrockets up. It's just something that's fascinating about it. But speaking of Kyle Shanahan and that NFC 1 seed and Matthew Stafford and all of it, the Rams just put that 1 seed up in smoke as long as their top 10 pick, with letting the Atlanta Falcons go in there and beat them in one of those games where it's like, man, those guys get paid too. Another quick betting note on this game, Alex.
Yeah.
Pay attention to Sean McVay's former assistants. It's one of the things that I always think about after the game and never think about it before the game. Raheem Morris, former defensive coordinator for Sean McVay and the Matthew Stafford-led Rams. He's more into it than ever. And he also had another trouble with Carolina, guys who he knows and is familiar with. Keep that in mind for your wild card games. But in terms of this, with that going forward, Rams will not have home field advantage throughout the postseason. How much does that impact their chances of winning a Super Bowl?
It's I don't want to say it's curtains, my friend, but great point, by the way. I definitely factor it in. I thought about it last night beforehand. Didn't fire on the points, although home dog in a place like Atlanta, another thing to think about. That crowd's going to give you a 12 out of 10 effort. A home crowd getting over a touchdown, depending on where you shop last night. I mean, this Rams team missing two offensive linemen anyways. It's really, I feel, a fascinating couple of weeks turn of events where this team was a lot of people's Super Bowl pick. I'm sorry. Stafford, not that he can't go into brutal conditions on the road and show up and show out. He's run the table before with his team, but they're not super healthy. They are a different offense without DA as a red zone threat, truly. As good as a yak and playmaker receiver as Nakua is, Martin, I don't know that he is DA as far as just importance in the red zone. I mean, it's crazy, the drop-off. But anyways, I don't know how they run the table here with his history and their history against Philly. And now how it's lining up, it's not glamorous. I don't know how we don't start looking at Philly as maybe a team who is San Francisco's kryptonite. Hey, man, I might try to sell you by the end of the regular season on a little Pennsylvania Bowl for a long shot ticket at the races. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers versus the Eagles.
Yeah, that ticket is about worth as much as a piece of toilet paper. Actually, a piece of toilet paper actually has utility, so I say it has more value than that ticket would have. I would say, though, I think that in this league this year, everybody talks about it's wide open, is this, is that. You got to go to roster. And I think that, like, the depth of roster at every position, and I think it matters more now than it ever before, right? Because I think right now, the era's not over. It may not all the way be over, but we're done with the coach, quarterback, this is my automatic winner. Because for a long time, you could cash a lot of tickets with Patrick Mahomes that way, right? You would just ignore the fact that a certain defense didn't matter, or, this certain thing. I think that all matters now. And I think that with the Rams, I like the way that they I really like their team. I think that they have the best head coach and quarterback left in the conference, right? Or will when it's all said and done, when we close the doors to the postseason and we're sitting there, everybody with the ticket to the dance is listening to the music. They'll have the best head coach and quarterback. I'm concerned about that defense. And honestly, the team that I think this has a chance to age terribly, but I think the team that has the best chance to win the Super Bowl in the NFC, Seattle Seahawks.
Wow. You trust big game psych Darnold when it comes to all the marbles? No shot, dude. They're losing.
No, I don't trust Sam Darnold at all. Do not understand me. I do not trust Sam Darnold at all. What I do trust, though, is the Seahawks' ability to withstand him playing poorly. They've won games where he's turned the ball over a million times, and I also think in postseason play, they're going to lean into, like, I think they'll limit him in a way that the best of him will be available. Like, and now the worst, not so much. But when I look at the rest of the NFC, I'm selling a dream. I think anybody else picking anybody else to win is selling a dream too.
Well, how much merit do you put into the psychology of this unbelievable, and it'll be the third time, if I'm not mistaken, ever happens if they get there, San Francisco doesn't have to pack a suitcase for a month and a half and gets to sleep in the comfort of their own home the whole Super Bowl, 2 weeks in a teed-up one-seed spot where they're hosting in Santa Clara early Feb. I mean, Brady did it, and it worked well. I don't know how we don't factor that in my humble opinion, to all of it if they get past Seattle, as potentially San Francisco being the team to beat, believe it or not, just because you have to go to them in this whole overall momentum.
Here's the reason why San Francisco is selling a dream. All of the same defensive injuries that 15-2 Detroit had last year when they were the 1 seed. San Francisco, guess what? They have the same ones, except those guys are Hall of Famers. You talk about the Eagles, right? The Eagles, the same Eagles team who I watched Nick Sirianni run down the tunnel going, whoa, can you believe that? We just won because Josh Allen didn't throw the ball to Khalil Shakir on a 2-point conversion. Anytime, 99 out of 100, we would have lost that game, but we won. Woo, woo, like that's the Eagles' issue. Like you talk about the Eagles. No, the Eagles. I watched the Eagles just score 12 points barely against a bad Bills defense. I'm not buying into them either. And I'll tell you
I'm
this
buying
right
into
here.
them, baby. I trust the Eagles more than this Niners team.
But I'm saying, look, in terms of the Bills and the Eagles, I don't trust anybody in the NFC, which is why I just picked the Seahawks. But in terms of the Bills and the Bills and the Eagles. That on display is why I do not trust the Eagles. Because if Josh Allen just throws a standard regular pass and Khalil Shakir catches it like they have done since the 5th grade, they're going to lose that game. And it just goes to show you that, sure, they can beat the hell out of Josh Johnson and Marcus Mariota and whoever that other – Kenny Pickett. But when this Eagles team plays another quarterback and that with a high level, they're in the game till the final thing because they can't score.
I don't know that people are like this Eagles team. Yeah, they're these stints where Hurts looks terrible. They don't run the football. They're definitely different than last year. But forget about stats and numbers and anything glamorous and get down to W's. I'm sorry. This is an Eagles team that went to Kansas City in week 2, won a game, hosted the Rams, beat the Rams. Back when Tampa was 3-0 on 3 straight Baker Mayfield game-winning drives, they get slept by the Eagles. Oh, by the way, they beat Green Bay in an absolute 12-round boxing match, 10-7 at Green Bay. Like, I sit here and I go, what's this dude Hurts who just gets dogged and dragged and very minimal credit for one of the hardest places in all of sports to be a leader and play. But when it's all said and done, he wins football games. I sit here, I go, I don't trust Darnold. Niners aren't healthy. Mm-hmm. Bears are brand new to the table. Packers aren't healthy. I don't know, man.
What's hilarious is of those teams that you just listed, only 2 of them are playoff teams. Green Bay by the hair on their chinny chin right now, right, at that 7 spot. And of those teams that you listed, I think all but Green Bay, Seattle beat and took Tampa Bay right to the wire. In a game, they scored 35 points. My biggest thing with the Eagles is they can't score. They can't score, and it belies what I know of football knowledge to think that there can be teams that consistently have second halves as bad as with the second half the Eagles had with 17 yards of offense. That's not – if it was a one-off, that'd be one thing. The Eagles have had 3 or 4 different halves of football where their offense has been that bad. I'm not trusting that team to win 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got trust issues with everybody in the NFC.
With the Sirianni thing that you were mentioning, Martin, where he's cheering down the hall after they just barely won that game and like through no good playing of their own. Like I think that's an issue right there. And it's not to say that there's only one way to be a good head coach, but if you compare him to a guy like Curt Cignetti with Indiana, a guy who, after they win a massive game, and they've won multiple this year, he walks onto the field looking pissed off at his team because he's always focused on the things that they could have done better in that game. And it's not like there's only one way to be a good head coach, but it just shows like with Sirianni, there are things in that game you should be pissed about. Like your team nearly blew that to Josh Allen. Like,
look,
Josh Allen putting the cape on and doing it himself.
From one Italian to another, he could have just been being Italian in that moment, and then next thing you know, he's going to go get it. I mean, this guy, he's been an emotional roller coaster. And yeah, I'll give this to you. It is almost the best kept secret. He could arguably been carried by two great coordinating staffs in two different scenarios in his stint there. He's still a solid orator at times, and again, such a thankless town in a lot of ways, albeit a great town and great fans, to be a person playing sports in, because it's so much of what have you done for me today. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be a fascinating setup, Martin. I mean, I get the Seattle thing because they can get even let's say Seattle gets home field. This ain't Pete Carroll Legion of Boom home field advantage. They're worse at home under McDonald than on the road. That's head scratching.
It's one of the. There's a few things about football this year that just don't make any sense.
I know. It's wide open.
I don't understand it. I will also say this, one other thing on that Bills-Eagles game. The idea that Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, all that made the wrong decision going for 2 is ludicrous. I'll tell you why.
I absolutely thought it was the wrong decision, my friend. If you want to go there, I'll go there all day. I already took heat for it.
Why it's the wrong decision? I'll tell you why.
On so many levels, because mediocre McDermott, who can't read a room, if he was given 20/20 eagle eye glasses, it was going to be in the way of the Bills ever winning anything. Did it again. So, okay, take a step back. Sure. I got told this. I'll give you this. One guy, one play on the 2-yard line. Who else would you rather have? Sure. Okay. I'll give you that. Let's take a step back. This Eagles team, not only did they not score a point in the second half, Hurts didn't complete a pass. He didn't complete a pass. I'm sitting here going, dude, this is twofold. Okay, you want to win the game. Even a little FOMO of we should have won because Bagley can't hit a freaking 30-yard field goal. So he has a little bit of, I got to get that back. Don't call it a loss. It should have been a win, whatever you want to call it, the poker table. But second to that, you're also telling the whole room you don't trust your defense, who just pitched a shutout and not a completion. Where's the thought of game flow and momentum in a tie ball game where one team hasn't completed a pass in 30 minutes and your team has all of it? Just play into overtime, win the game in one more possession. I just sit here and go, you just lost home field advantage, and because you lost the division because they had a small shot here if somehow the Patriots lost this week. And now you got to go on the road. You blew it again, pal, just like he did when he blew a timeout in L.A. last year when they were down 2 scores at the 1-yard line, and Allen damn near threw his helmet across the stadium.
Now, I'll agree with you. Sean McDermott's in-game strategy leaves so much to be desired. However, what you sound like right now is somebody who had Bills money line in a parlay. And I'm not mad at you for having this, but you have got to see the forest for the trees here, and so does the rest of America. Is it because Shakir was open and Allen missed him? Like, I get it.
I'm
telling you. You said the Bills shouldn't trust their defense, first of all. Okay? The Bills' defense has been bad all year. They should not trust their defense.
But not in that moment, though. There's no credit to that.
In that moment, this is what you have. You still have the bad defense you've had all year that has been playing lights out in the second half, okay? But more than anything, what you have is the MVP of your team who's already limping around on his foot, knowing, sure, okay, you say the Patriots had a small chance to lose to the Jets so the division was still alive, just the same way that I had a small chance to go on a date with Rihanna, all right? Yeah, we're both humans. We both exist on this planet. However, unless we're in the same place at the same time and we really hit it off, it'll never happen, all right? The Jets had no shot at beating the New England Patriots yesterday. The division was a wrap, okay?
No, I thought it was – didn't Because they're 11-5 now. I thought it was if they won the game and the Patriots lose to the Dolphins and the Bills beat the Jets, they can somehow steal it. But if I'm wrong on that.
The hopscotch that you have to do to get to the will we host a home playoff game versus will we be a wild card is not worth playing 10 more minutes of potential football with the only reason we win games, Josh Allen. The only reason we win games is Josh Allen. If he gets hurt in the next 10 minutes of football, the whole thing is kaput. The whole thing is over with, and that's why they went for 2. And if Josh Allen just made a better throw and people made less excuses for him when he doesn't play well or doesn't do something the right way, the Bills would have won this game. Nobody would be talking about whether it was a wrong call to go for 2. And thirdly, the only reason they went for 2 is because they didn't want to play more football, and I do not fault them for that because that's the only shot that they got is Josh.
Just before we move on, butterfly effect. Mediocre McDermott blows that. Now they go on the road. They get slept. Allen exits stage left. You're out. No Lamar. No Mahomes. No Burrow. Now no Allen. Please pull up a seat. Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Back to the show.
First of all, what the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens have done to somehow get a – let's make this topic. What the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens have done to somehow have a winner-take-all for the playoffs in this last game of the season should be punished by law. All right? No, like, they should be punished by law. I'm looking at the South, and I'm looking at a team like Carolina that's fighting and scrapping hard. Neither the Steelers nor Ravens deserve a playoff spot. They should just give it up. You know, I'd rather see the Browns play 4 more quarters than watch either one of these teams in the postseason. The Steelers have found the most maddening way to back into my preseason prediction and your preseason prediction, because I think they win. I think they win this weekend. I think everybody is picking the Ravens. I think the Steelers win this weekend, and they will find the most maddening way to back into the same preseason prediction I had. They're going to be average, normal, boring, and somehow finish just 2 games over 500, make the postseason, and then somehow disappoint everyone. That's what I said at the beginning, and sure enough, after that Cleveland loss, they disappointed everyone. And if Baltimore wasn't just more of a disaster, you'd think Pittsburgh was the biggest one in the AFC.
All right. That's fair. I'm laughing because I'm still standing from an August take on the last day of the season, and no one had me here.
You're right.
I could be flat wrong. They lose this game. They're 3.5-point home dogs. Not a great tell. At home, getting points. But I don't care about covering this game. They need a W.
But all right, I get what you're saying about covering. But you and I both know more than anything, Tomlin, divisional home dog, Mike Tomlin, come on, man, against John Harbaugh with all the situations that's been going on in Baltimore, like. This is the perfect Mike Tomlin rah-rah spot for them to go get pounded by 40 in the wild card.
I hope, man. I hope. But you mentioned the NFC South. No one of you want to talk that out, but my goodness, what a spectacle.
Okay, so let's actually talk this one out because the Buccaneers, there will be books written about the collapse that Tampa Bay Buccaneers have experienced from 6-2 to now, and it really needs to get more attention. Okay, also. The Carolina Panthers do something I find to be fascinating. They throw the ball against teams that don't defend the pass. They run the ball against teams that don't defend the run. They just game plan every week. And sure enough, I don't think they have a credible amount of talent, but the game plan every week seems to get them wins. And wins that seems like they really shouldn't. Which one of these franchises would you rather be going forward with this, again, division take-all game coming up on Sunday?
It's really almost a tough question to answer just because, again, like you said, Tampa can't catch a W against Quinn Ewers, who I was trying to sell you on as a player in the league. It's the lack of togetherness. I mean, again, like you said, books written, man. Where are the championship Tom Brady teammates in this locker room stepping up and bringing the boys together? Mike Evans looks like he's alone on an island. You saw him cursing on his way out a couple L's ago. I can't even remember there's been so many L's. I mean, this is a bad look on Baker Mayfield. He deserves, I know, a little banged up, to get a little bit of chirp here, dude. I'm sorry. Like, if this is a guy who's going to get paid top 7 quarterback money, in a division that has so much turnover and a bunch of pups, yeah, dude, we're going to expect you to be the guy. And this is like Carolina a year or two early to this game, in my opinion. Like, this should have been Atlanta, probably Tampa, but Atlanta's so dysfunctional they can't get out of their own way. I mean, I don't know who to take. I often don't stay away from games of this magnitude. I like a little action. They're getting 3 at home, Tampa. I mean, I guess I'd go Carolina +3. Just plug the schnoz, man. Hope for the best. Gross game, but you're the NFC South guy just being from the area, so you probably know this situation a little better than I do.
I 1,000% am taking the Carolina and the points, just off of direction of the two franchises. Like I just expect, like, seeing Mike Evans say it's 3rd and effing 18 when the defense gave it up like that showed me something. It was like, oh, this team is, to your point, the team is broken. It feels very, very broken. And even if they win, they will not. They're not going anywhere. But going forward,
and stop smiling, Todd Bowles. Stop smiling.
Going forward,
sorry,
I would rather be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that when you look at Tampa, it's fast. Like, the amount of success they've had without a real postseason success is really remarkable in the last, like, regular season. They're right up there in terms of wins. They've won the division every year since Brady has left and are still in it. They started out 6-2, had a precipitous slide, still in it to win the division right now. And I think that I am not giving Baker grace, but I am saying this. Baker Mayfield of the last 3 years has been a kingmaker. Okay, if you touched Baker Mayfield, you became a head coach. Dave Canales, welcome to Liam Cohen, welcome in. And I think that when you have that type of situation, especially a team that has not had a great organizational postseason run, like the Eagles have had 2 postseason runs, everybody got poached. Tampa hasn't had that. Everybody's still getting poached from that offense. Give the Buccaneers offense a second here. I'm worried about Todd Bowles, though. I think they'll have a new coach when this thing is all said and done. Even if they make the playoffs and win a game, I think that they'll have a new head coach unless they win a Super Bowl, which I don't think they will.
I'm with Martin here because if you look at the Buccaneers, it looks like they just kind of have a coaching problem because they're so talented. We think they have the quarterback in Baker Mayfield. They have a great receiving core, which is only getting better because they obviously Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Ibuka, but there's also guys like Tez Johnson and Jalen McMillan. Like, they've been really good at drafting weapons to surround Baker with. They've got one of the best offensive linemen in the league in Tristan Wirfs. Their defense, while it isn't great right now, has historically been pretty good. And they have Antoine Winfield. They have all these star players. It's just the coaching isn't getting the most out of it. And then you compare them to the Panthers. I just don't know what I'm looking at because they're Jekyll and Hyde every single week. Like, they're either really good, beating teams that they have absolutely no business competing with, or they're losing to teams that they shouldn't have lost to in a million years. So I like the infrastructure of the Buccaneers. They have a great GM too. Like, you can just keep naming off these positives with the Buccaneers organization. It's just Todd Bowles to me right now that they need to get rid of.
The other thing about the Buccaneers that the Panthers don't have is the Buccaneers do not have the question of should we pay our quarterback. And I think the Carolina Panthers, if they're being honest with themselves, will have to look in the mirror at the end of this season and say, did we flirt with the postseason because of our quarterback or in spite of our quarterback?
I mean, I think what he's done in game-winning drives is making it an interesting question. I mean, he's not good for 60 minutes, kind of like Bo Nix, but he's kind of clutch. I mean, well, looking at the numbers.
Here's the thing about the game-winning drive stat. In order to have a game-winning drive, you have to be losing before you get the ball. So, like, almost all of Bryce Young's wins have been game-winning drives because for all of, like, how many 2-score wins does Bryce Young have? And it shows you just how many game-winning drives he's got, right?
Only more than one work week of wins, too. 1 3-game win streak early October. Otherwise, it's been win-loss all year. That's alarming. Having said that, did you just convince us a little bit that one game, one time at the pirate ship, we might have to go Bucks, dude?
No, I'm with the Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers. If the vibes are too bad in Tampa
I got
right
one
now.
Random question for you. Off of the Falcons last night win, the rabbit out of a hat with Chuck in Tennessee, if all the teams were the exact same record and anyone who won this Sunday would take the division crown, who do you think the hottest of the 4 teams are at the moment? Like, who would you take to win the South?
Oh, if the season started at Halloween, basically,
if let's just say winner is Saints Falcons could also win the division. In addition to this game we're talking out, who would you take to actually? Who's the hottest team right now? Who do you trust the most? Like, this is the craziest division I've ever seen of mediocrity.
I'm going with the Panthers because when we talk about the hottest team, we're talking about the warmest, right? Because it's like, sure, New Orleans is on a hot streak right now, but like if Antarctica warmed up 50 degrees, it would still be really, really cold, right? So like, I get that the Saints are better than they were before, but when you're horrible, you have a lot of way to go, right? So I would go with Carolina because Carolina is a team that I expected to compete with like the worst record in the league, and somehow the fact that they're sniffing a playoff spot is incredible to me.
I just want to see if you're going to say Saints. I was trying to coax you in.
Okay. This week I got a list of the top 10 passing yard leaders in the NFL. So it's through week 17, the guys with the most passing yards, all quarterbacks here, not trying to trick you with any mumbo jumbo there, but 5 minutes on the clock and 3 strikes.
3 strikes.
Yeah, and we'll give you guys 3
Martin,
strikes.
we're due, man.
So,
we got to get this.
I'm not
you
gonna
are
lie.
due. All right.
I feel good.
All right.
Okay, let's see how you guys do. Ready, set, go.
All right, so first off, you just have to think of guys who started every game this year on decent offenses. So I know Sam Darnold's got to be on this list. Jared Goff's got to be on this list. Those are 2 right now I'm saying are on the list. I'm not even consulting Alex.
I love it.
Okay, Sam Darnold is number 5 on the list. And Jared Goff is number 3.
Okay, cool.
Let me add a no consultation Matty Stafford.
I'm there.
Matt Stafford's number 2.
Okay, so we have so run that with me. You have 2. Give me a run.
You have 2, 5, and 3. 2, 3, and 5.
2, 3, and 5. So all right, so guys who have started the entire season or at least played a significant amount. Now, of course, I just said that in the back of my head. That Colts offense was so good. I think Daniel Jones might be sneaking somewhere around 11, 12, 13.
Can we wait a little?
Just hold on for him. Just hold on for him just for a second. Baker Mayfield feels like he should be on this list, right? If Ibuka was having the start of the year he was having, he hasn't missed. He only missed 1 game this year. Baker Mayfield feels like he's on here.
I'm all right with Baker Mayfield.
Do you like going with Baker?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That's strike 1. He's number 12.
Ah, damn. All right.
All right. How do we not throw in May? Is Drake May's the chalk to an MVP? He's not top 10 in yards.
Drake May's number 4.
Drake May.
All right.
Okay.
Drake May's number 4.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is in this conversation?
He qualifies off the top of starting every game this year, right? Because I don't think anybody's going to be in the top. You said Drake for 4. I don't think there's going to be anybody above 8 who didn't play every game so far, like every available game.
We can wait on it and put him in the Daniel Jones category. I just looking in that division.
I like Trevor. I like Trevor better than Daniel Jones. Do we like Trevor better than Justin Herbert?
Oof. That's like asking me who I trust more in the playoffs.
Let's go with Trevor Lawrence.
Think about it.
I'll go with Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is number 7.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Is our guy Dak Prescott has to be in the conversation?
Oh yeah, Dak might be number 1.
Dak's number 1.
Yeah.
No, Cowboys, baby.
All right, so
Great
you guys
call.
have the top 5 and number 7.
Dude, how much time on the clock here?
You got a little over 2 minutes.
We got a mulligan. We got a strike. We can afford if you want to try the.
Josh has got to be top 10 in passing yards.
Josh Allen.
He's got to be.
Josh Allen's 10th. Just squeezed in. Surprising
Hardest
for an
one
MVP
to
candidate,
get.
right?
Is
2 minutes left.
And I don't think Burrow,
No,
right?
he didn't play long enough. Nope.
Here's one that I don't think anyone would have put it in the Daniel Jones category. Is Rodgers 9th, maybe?
I want to hold that one, dude. That Steelers offense is
I've quickly
bad.
gone through. I'm like, I don't think Caleb Williams is top 10. Is he? Certainly no Vikings. Certainly not Jordan Love. Probably. Gosh, Jordan Love 9th?
A minute and a half.
10 was who now? Remind me.
Allen.
10 was Josh Allen.
Caleb Williams.
You already did Darnold.
Oh,
Purdy got hurt.
No, didn't play long enough. It's not one of the. So look at the South. There's nobody from the South if Baker's not qualified, right? There's nobody from the AFC South.
We did
All
two.
right.
It's not Stroud.
Okay, so the ones that I'm thinking right now, I like Trevor Lawrence to be in this
We have
list.
a minute left.
Well,
So
we
I'm
have
thinking-
Trevor Lawrence. We got Lawrence.
Well, we did say Trevor,
We got
right?
Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence.
yeah.
Okay.
It's Herbert. We want to go Herbert. And it's not Mahomes.
It's not
Hey,
Mahomes.
Bo Nix?
You're missing 6, 8, and 9.
We got to guess one of these guys. Guess Bo Nix or Rodgers, or I don't really feel like Daniel Jones. That's so great. If Daniel
I
Jones
like
is
Bo
top
Nix
10.
better than I like Bo Nix better than any of that we have said thus far.
All right, let's go Bo Nix. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is number 6.
Okay.
How long do we
30
have?
seconds.
We need two. We need two left.
Yep, you need 2 more.
All right, dude. We got to say somebody. You don't think
20
Aaron
seconds.
Rodgers?
Okay, Aaron Rodgers.
Nope, strike 2. No Aaron Rodgers. Not even top 15.
sorry.
I'm about to say.
10 seconds.
It's your call now. Go DJ or go Herbert, or
All
it's
right.
a long shot.
5 seconds.
Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert.
Daniel Jones is strike 3, technically. You said that first. Justin Herbert was number 9. And Caleb Williams was number 8.
Where's our mulligan?
Oh. I don't know why.
What do you
I
want,
don't-
4 strikes?
No, I don't know.
I thought we
why.
get a mulligan.
No,
So that's 4 strikes.
no. I said to you, Caleb Williams has more passing yards than Josh Allen, and completely forgot about him. Completely forgot about him. Completely forgot
Yeah,
about him.
guys.
Oh,
That's tough. You gotta think of the best offenses. Of course they're gonna be in there. Bo
Ian
Nix,
was all
Caleb
business.
Williams.
No tells. Gave us no like. Oh, their thinking is right. He gave us nothing at the poker table.
And you guys did pretty good. You just couldn't close out the deal. 11th was Patrick Mahomes, then Baker Mayfield, then Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, and Jacoby Brissett rounded out the top 15.
but my thought process was solid, was strong then. Like there was only
Yeah,
going to be
guys who
guys
played a lot.
guys who played every game,
Mhm.
and if you're starting
sure.
because who had more passing yards, Jacoby Brissett or Daniel Jones, I have no idea.
All right, so we can do Who Am I? So, yeah, same as usual. Both you guys are assigned a player. I've only got 1 round, but very, very gettable for both of you. No tricks here. Do you want to start with Alex? Start with Martin last time?
Sure.
All right, Alex.
Am I in the AFC?
You are in the AFC.
Excuse me. Am I in the NFC?
You are in the NFC.
Am I top 3 fantasy football draft pick? Consensus.
No.
Do I? Am I a quarterback?
You're a quarterback. Yes.
Cool.
Am I a consensus Pro Bowl defensive player?
No.
New question though.
Am I a starting quarterback?
You are a starting quarterback. Yes.
Am I on a playoff team if the playoffs started today?
Yes, your team would be in the playoffs if they started today.
Am I top 10 in passing yards?
No, you're not.
Am
Good
I on
question.
offense?
Fresh on the mind. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Am I on offense?
Yeah, you're an offensive player.
Am I currently healthy?
Yes, you're healthy right now.
Do I catch? Am I a pass catcher?
No, you're not a pass catcher.
Am I Bryce Young?
Yes, you're Bryce Young.
No way, the wizard is back.
That's wild. Oh,
That's
Alex, you were CJ Stroud.
unbelievable.
Oh, man. I gave you both the top 2 picks in the 2023 NFL draft.
Yeah, 2023.
2024, one of the two. But, man, yeah, damn. Martin just picked it off.
Unbelievable. Wait, who was I?
CJ Stroud.